Hello everyone, I am Sanyukta Saxena. I am a certified Zentangle teacher and this session is on Zentangle Voice Guided Meditation. In this session, I will be walking you through a guided meditation process, right? We will be drawing a tile together and you will be following instructions, oral instructions, vocal instructions that I will be giving in my voice, and you will be following those instructions and following your own imagination and interpret the instructions the way you want, and then finally draw a tile. Yeah, when I say tile, I mean a square piece of paper. Generally the term used to refer to a square piece of paper in Zentangle. So you need not be a Zentangle practitioner if you want to take this meditation process. You are most welcome. Just make sure that you have certain supplies handy with you. So arrange for a 3.5 inch to 4 inch square piece of paper, a thick cardstock paper, an HB pencil, a pigment pen, a fine tip pigment pen, black preferably, and a blending stub or a Q-tip, whatever is readily available with you, right? So if these things are readily available, then we can get started right away. So Zentangle is a very easy to learn and very simple art form which uses very structured patterns made up of very elementary strokes to create beautiful artwork, right? So anybody can practice Zentangle method, anybody can learn Zentangle. It is open to all. It does not demand any artistic background, and hence you are most welcome to take this meditation process, at the end of which we will be finally creating a piece of art, a Zentangle pattern, or a tangle as we call in Zentangle terminology, right? So let's get started. We will start with a few deep breaths, right? So you can chant something as you exhale, right? Try breathing from your stomach, and as you exhale, you can either chant Om or anything that you are comfortable doing, right? So throughout this process, as you draw, please keep a watch on your breath. Breathe consciously. Breathe with every stroke that you draw. Enjoy the drawing. Take each stroke deliberately. Take each stroke one by one. Don't haste up. Draw at your own pace. I will be saying that, telling you the instructions pretty slowly. I will go step by step slowly. So make sure that you are sitting at a comfortable position with adequate lighting. There is adequate space to move your hand freely to draw, right? You should be comfortable. The posture should be comfortable, right? So as once you are done with all that, so we will straight away start with gratitude and appreciation towards the art form, towards the beautiful opportunity that it gives you to create a piece of artwork, yeah, towards the best of supplies that we use to create this Zentangle art, yeah. So with complete sense of gratitude towards the opportunity, towards the process, take your supply, take your paper in hand and put 4 dots at 4 corners of this square piece of paper, yeah. So use your pencil. We are not yet using our pen, so with a pencil put a dot at each of the 4 corners of your square piece of paper. As I mentioned, it should be about 3.5 to 4 inch in size, thick cardstock paper preferably, because you want to preserve your work, yeah. And once you are done with the dots, now with a free hand, with a light hand, just connect those 4 dots to form a border, right? So once you have connected those 4 dots with a very light hand, with a straightish line, you need not use a ruler. Please abstain from using ruler. Connect those dots to form a border so that your paper is no longer blank, that initial inhibition of drawing on a blank piece of paper is gone. Yeah. So once you are done with that, we will start to draw. So take some few deep breaths. And start putting some dots on the piece of paper. Yeah, randomly placed, need not be evenly spaced out, approximately 1 centimeter away from each other. All throughout the tile, just place some random dots. Yeah, this thing has to be done with your pen. Your pencil work is done for as for now, so keep it aside and start with your pen. Put some dots on your piece of paper, approximately 1 centimeter away from each other, randomly. Don't plan, right? So you have to approach with an open mind, with a conscious mind. This is your land, as if you are on an island, right? There is nobody to judge you, nobody watching you, nothing right or wrong. All is good, all is well. Only thing, only one available or present there apart from you is your instinct. Yeah, so just follow your instinct, follow my instructions, and if you want, you can even close your eyes in between, but of course you have to draw. So just put some dots on that piece of paper, right? So once you have done that, pick any two dots and connect them with a straightish line. Yeah, so I'm saying, insisting again and again, you need not be too conscious about whether the lines are straight or not. It has to be a straightish line. Do not use a ruler. Connect two dots to form a line. Yeah, anywhere on your tile. When I say tile, I am referring to the square piece of paper, right? So once you are done with that, now find another dot facing that line. It can be above the line, it can be below the line. Preferably find a dot above the line, right? And you can rotate the tile for your convenience, right? So once your hand is in a comfortable posture or position, don't move your hand much, just rotate the tile. And now, starting from that dot, start drawing lines landing on the base. Base is the first line that you drew, right? So starting from that dot, start drawing lines landing on the base, starting from one end of the line to the other end of the line, right? So you will end up creating a triangular cage. So the distance between the lines is not important. You can have close lines, you can have widely spaced lines. It's entirely up to you, right? So don't worry about that. So once you create a triangular cage, right, slowly take one stroke at a time, relax your mind, draw each stroke deliberately, right? And now pick any side of that triangle other than the base, right? So ignore the base. The base means the line on which your lines are landing from the dot. Yeah. So pick any of the other two sides and again repeat the same process. Find a dot above that line and start drawing lines from that dot to that selected side of the triangle. Yeah. So 1 line, 2 line, 3 lines, 4 lines, probably 5 or 6 lines, starting from one end of that line to the other end of that line, right? Start drawing parallels. Breathe as you draw each line. Yeah, pardon me. As you draw each line, breathe and start imagining things. Start drawing parallels as if that dot is a sun and the lines are rays coming out of the sun, enlightening and illuminating everything that comes in front of it, right? Currently it is that straight line, or probably it is your lifeline and the rays falling on your life, or probably the dot is that center point of your brow chakra, right here, and the rays and the lines are like rays of light coming out from the brow chakra and illuminating and lighting everything that comes in front of it, flooding it with energy, flooding it with life. Yeah. So start drawing your own parallels. Imagine and connect the dots. Pick another dot. Right now you have to uh, select any one of the two sides of the second triangle that you drew. Right, so you have two triangular cages on your tile now. So of the second triangle or of the first triangle, pick any side other than the base. Yeah, when I say base, the line on which the lines from the dot are landing. Yeah, so ignore that line. Any two sides, pick one side. Again find a dot in front of that line and start to draw lines starting from that dot, landing on this line that you have selected. Right? Again form a triangular cage. So continue this process at your own pace. Draw slowly. Take each stroke deliberately, one stroke at a time. Don't haste up. Yeah, take it easy. Don't bother about whether the lines are straight or curvy, whether they are equally spaced, widely spaced, closely spaced. Don't bother. It's your land. Yeah, as I mentioned, it's your space. You can do whatever you want. So take your time and connect all the dots. Right? So every dot should have a line starting from it, landing on a side of a triangle facing it. Yeah, so continue with this process. Keep drawing lines. Find another dot, find another side facing that dot. Start drawing lines from the dot onto that line, starting from one end of the line to the other end of the line. Right, so you are almost drawing things like a mountain top or a parachute or a top with which kids play, right? Something like that, something conical caps, something like that. Yeah, so just keep drawing, keep connecting. Yeah, we are just trying to build connections here, right? Who knows which connection works out for you. Yeah, so keep connecting dots to lines. Find another dot, find another line, keep connecting the dot to the line, and you will finally start to see a pattern emerging. Yeah, as you connect, you will see a kind of a pattern emerging with no two triangles having the lines running in the same direction. Yeah, because you are picking a different side each time, drawing lines from above, the dot falling above onto the line. So no two triangles will have the lines in the same direction. The triangles will start to tessellate and start forming a meta pattern, a bigger pattern. They will all be connected yet very different from each other because they don't have lines running in the same way, in the same fashion. They are all in different directions, right? And yet together they start to form a pattern. So once you are connected, all connected, you have connected all the dots with each other and with the line, yes, then we will add some grays, right? So now put down your pen, and if you are not done with the exercise, please go at your own pace. There is no hurry, right? If you are done with the exercise, then pick up a pencil, and now at each of the dots are now somehow lost in the bigger pattern, but you can make them out because the dots are the places from where the lines are emerging, right? So at each dot add some gray, right? So put your pencil graphite a little bit at each of the dots, and inside each triangle put some gray over the line on which the lines are landing, right? So the base, such as the base, right? So on which the lines are landing from the dot, on that line in each of the triangle add some gray, right? Add some graphite. When I say gray, I mean use your pencil, add some graphite over that line and on the dot facing that line. So slowly do that exercise one by one. Pick each of the triangles, Pick the dot from where lines are emanating like rays of sun, white light. Yeah, imagine it illuminating you, flooding you with energy. Add little gray on that dot and on the line facing the dot. Yeah, pick each triangle one at a time, slowly do that exercise for all. No hurry, take your time. Shades of grey present everywhere, nothing is black and white. Yeah, every positive has a negative, they both complement each other. So just add some grays on your white tile. We already have black, right? We have tangled in black on a white paper. Now we are adding some grays. And now pick up your Q-tip or blending stub or whatever you have readily available with you and just blur that graphite wherever you have added it. Yeah. So slowly go to each of the triangles and start to blur the graphite slowly, just with a Q-tip or blending stub. The pencil mark needs to be blended or blurred. As you move from one triangle to the other, you will see that each of the triangles will start to pop up and breathe. The top of the triangle looks like a mountain top or something like that, right? But once you add some grays, the top and the bottom will start to recede and the center will pop up. So they will almost look like curled up triangles, something like that, or illuminated triangles, or something like a mountain top or cap, or something like that, parachute, whatever you want to. I don't know. Yeah, let your imagination go wild. Whatever you want to think, however you want to interpret it, just go with the flow and blend the graphite that you have added inside each and every triangle. Right? Slowly, gradually do that exercise. Take deep breaths, stretch your hands, take it easy, stretch your fingers, change your posture or position, take deep breaths. So as you shade each triangle, why is Zentangle called a meditative process, a meditative art form? Because the tangles have been designed in such a way, they have properties which take you into a meditative state of mind, right? So they are made up of very simple strokes, but the strokes are very repeating, right? Everybody can draw those strokes because they are very simple, but they are repeating strokes and you have to draw them deliberately, one stroke at a time. So no matter what is going on in your mind, what is disturbing your mind at that point of time, you are having pain somewhere, you are anxious, you are not feeling well, you are depressed, right? So whatever the situation, you want a change, you want to relax, de-stress. So Zentangle is a very, very successful art form as far as de-stressing, relaxing, relieving pain is concerned, because it grabs your attention, your focus, takes your attention, attracts your attention from every place onto the tile, right? So that 20 minutes, it is pure meditation, pure bliss. You don't think of anything else, and by the end of 20-25 minutes, whatever the time you take to complete a tile, you forget about your pain, you forget about your stress, you feel relaxed, right? So I'm talking this from my personal experience, so I have actually experienced it, and that's why I thought probably I will also take you through this journey wherein you can have a feel of what is the process all about, what are the tangles all about. You can just follow my instructions and draw the tangle. It is that simple, right? So once you are done with shading, coming back to your tile, just find a cozy corner in your tile, find a triangle or a space where there are no lines, and put in your initials, right? Your chalk, as we say in Zentangle, and then reverse the tile and sign and date the tile. Put in a comment if you want for remembrance. For example, this is your first Zentangle Voice Guided Meditation, right? So after putting that comment, again express your gratitude towards the process, towards the art form, towards the best of the tools. Appreciate your creation, appreciate your tile, that just by following some instructions verbally, you have been able to create a beautiful piece of work, right? So at the end of this video, I will be posting my email, my Insta link, my Facebook page. So preferably please mail your tile to me, whatever tile you have created. I don't expect everybody's style to be the same, and that's the fun part of voice guided meditation. It's open to one's own interpretation, one's own imagination, one's own instincts, right? So I would love to see your interpretation of my instructions, right? So please mail your tile at saxena.sanyukta at gmail.com, right? I would be creating a mosaic of all the tiles that you have created, or you can share it to me on Messenger, on Instagram, on my Facebook page, right? Whichever way you are comfortable. And hope you enjoyed the series, the process, the session. I shall see you again. Goodbye.